hits, but other than me, I see no heat exist. Yo, gassed up, I'm about to go green, go green, go green. Hulk smash if she know me, know me, know me. Write it to life like I'm Stan Lee, Stan Lee, Stan Lee. If life's about to be a Cold War, I'm the hero that they asked for. Green, green, green. I'm about to go green. But other than me, I see no I'm about to go green. I'm about to go green. Get the fuck back, I'm about to go green. I might begin making a feature Iraq. Cause when I hit your beat, I turn shit to Iraq. Dropping bombs like I'm cursing you out. This your house, then I'm kicking you out. Quiet as a mouse, came in the game, not a word is out that I've been lighting the flame. Shit is potent, don't you know it? I've been flowing, steady growing till they know the name. Saw it ahead of time, knew that I'd get to my losing myself in the view to some window pane. I swear I'm all about peace, I'm a positive person. Wasn't always like that, you know it took me some learning. They asked me how I push a positive light, how I keep my composure through internal fights when addressing the mic through these dark nights. Where the Bruce Wayne, what a trick be. Here's some truth that I'll let free, Bruce Banner of rap if you ask me. When my will to win and the track meet, the secret is I'm always angry. Yo, gassed up, I'm about to go green, go green, go green. Hulk smash if she know me, know me, know me. Write it to life like I'm Stan Lee, Stan Lee, Stan Lee. If life's about to be a Cold War, I'm the hero that they asked for. Green, green, green. I'm about to go green. I'm about to go green. I'm about to go green. Get the fuck back, I'm about to go green.
When they come, and they will.
I apologize. I was muted. I had my mic off. I've been troubleshooting over here on my Discord server. I want my people to be able to see me, and I'm not sharing the proper screen. Oh, I could share the YouTube telecast. I can do that. Let me try that. And then I got to pull the chat out. That's what I did last night. Give me a second, y'all. I am still troubleshooting right now. I got to pop out chat. That's important so I can see all of you guys. And then I've got the other chat here. I'm good there. And then I'm going to make this my full screen. And I'm going to project my full screen. That's what I have to do. And then I'll drag the chat back on. So bear with me. Sorry, I should have done this before starting the show. And it should work, though, if I do it right. So this needs to... How are you doing this, Rico? I'm showing you guys this screen over here. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go here. I'm going to go there. And then I'm going to grab the chat box, bring it back over here. Give me a second, y'all. It'll get better. Grab this. Bring all this over here. Grab. Oh, accidentally hit pause. I'm messing this up. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I got to grab my Discord and move it over. There we go. All right. This looks crazy, right? I have everything piled on the same screen. Watch this. Display capture. What if I do? Nope. That didn't solve it. Oof. I'm so sorry, guys. I want to display this over here. I want to say I got it right. Son of a bitch. All right, if you're in Discord, what do you see? You don't see me at all, right? You just see this monitor. That doesn't work. That wasn't the solution. What did I do? You guys just see ESPN and not me. Oh. I know. Oh. I'm going to figure it out. Bear with me. What about that? And then it's still not right, huh? Sorry, guys. I'm trying. No, I got it right. What if I do that? Still not seeing my face. I'm so sorry for wasting your guys' time. Thank you guys for being here. I'm just going to do my show like normal. If you're on Discord and you can't see me, I apologize. I'll figure this out, guys. It takes some troubleshooting, and I've got a new setup and new monitors and whatnot. I'm so sorry. All I can do is do my show. So we're here. If you're on YouTube, you should see me just fine. I will set everything up perfect. Give me a second. If you're on Discord, you have to watch the YouTube show. If you want to talk to me, I highly recommend you do it through the Discord server because I will hold priority to Discord comments. Thank you guys for being here. Sorry about that. So the show is going to be pretty simple. We're going to be looking at the SEC and the Sunbelt and the games tonight. I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank anyone who's in the Discord server ready to write. I apologize if you guys can't see me. I'm sharing my screen, and it's just not letting me share. I'm going to try one last time, and I want to share my OBS, but it won't let me share. You guys can't see the OBS. You guys can't see me broadcasting, right? It's just the OBS dashboard, I'm assuming. Or can you see my actual face and everything? Let me know what you guys see on Discord. Do you guys see the actual show? I'm assuming you're not. You can see me, but can you even see the screen? Or is it too small? What's that? Oh, it's a frozen photo of me? Oh, not good. Sorry, guys. Well, it's just I don't think we're boosted enough on the server to do that. That's unfortunate. Let me just I'll let you guys see the screen, though, and what I'm talking about. That should be enough. We'll talk. Sorry about that, y'all. All right, so back to the show. Thank you guys for being here. It's Thursday. I apologize. Shout out to people on TikTok watching. Shout out to YouTube watchers. And then obviously in the Discord, all the MVPs, you guys are set to go. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for the questions. If you're an MVP and you're asking me questions about the games, you should not be asking me questions about the games. I already gave you guys all the games. Listen, people are having a real hard time understanding where the plays are and where the picks are. They're on the Discord server. It is really simple. What I think of games, it's on the Discord server. You go over here to the chat, swipe your phone, get on the Discord server. There are the picks and the plays right here. The chat room is right here. This is what I think for the week's locks. This is what I think for the games today and all the different prop bets for today. I write in here what I think of the game. No one else can write in these last two chat channels. And here, there are questions between all the MVPs. What's going on? Who they want to bet on. Latest updates. If you go to one of these channels, you can click. I'll make myself smaller. You can go up here and click a pinned message. You see this little pin? If you're on your phone, you got to swipe till you see all the names over here. Then there'll be a little thumbtack. Click on the thumbtack, and you can see all the pinned messages that are important on that particular channel. So if you go in here, you can click the pinned messages. There's none there because everything's important here. But in here, pinned message. You go to this channel, parlays and props, pinned message. Every single channel you go into, you can check for pinned messages. And there'll be very important stuff. I'll give you an example of a pinned message for MVPs. Here's a pinned message today. Andres sent this 4 hours ago. He says, just a note, the Duke Wake Forest line has moved to 8.5. I don't know if it's gone public yet, but it looks like Duke's starting offensive line will be out and Riley Leonard will not play. And that's what's making the line jump. So anybody who jumps in there late and goes, Rico, why is the line moving for this? You didn't come into the Discord and check each channel and hit the pin button to learn about the teams, the games, and the plays. I am diligently, throughout the day, pinning information. For example, Rico, what's the lock for tonight or whatever? You go to the 10K ladder, you have the pin from last night, it's there, and then today in the ladder, I put the play in here. And I put it on Patreon as well. But here's the play. Tonight's ladder is right here, and it's free for everybody. And you go to more and pin the message. Now I've pinned it. Now, if you show up late and you don't know what the 10K ladder play is tonight, you don't have to scroll all the way up. You don't have to go looking for it. You just go up here, hit this pin, and boom, there it is. You can see the latest pinned message. Tonight's ladder play is the following. That's how it works. Go into these channels, hit the pin, and see if anything's been pinned. It doesn't take much, but that's where you go with it, okay? Just like that. Now, if you want to write during the show, while we're in the show, there's this Watch Party voice channel right here. Everybody on the MVPs that are watching from the Discord or over here, there's a little chat box right here. You can open up chat. That's the priority I'm going to be giving chat over here. Anybody talking over here, they got priority because they're in green and they're the people. Now, Mike knows that's not an MVP. That's a guy who has not connected his server if you don't have a green name. I just wanted to explain that to you guys. Feel free to keep watching. Everybody will learn, but it is what it is. I will get back to you guys in the chat once I'm done talking. You guys know the deal. We got to talk about the teams. Go from here. If you're on YouTube, you come join the server. The Discord server invite is in the details of the video. Right now, I'm watching this video. Right here, in the details of this video, are the Discord server and the Patreon. If you want to be an MVP, you can go to the Discord server. You just won't be able to see any of the MVP stuff. You can do that. Okay? This guy says, Mike, shit doesn't work. You're in the wrong spot saying stuff doesn't work. Mike knows. You need to go to the help desk, and Kim will help you get connected like everybody else. It obviously works, Mike's knows. It obviously works if over 500 people are connected and you aren't. It works. Okay. Here we go. Show is starting. Sorry for all that. Just wanted to help people figure shit out and get situated. I'm just trying to show you guys Patreon, Discord. They're all connected. They're all essential to what we're doing. Now, in the world of sports, what's going on right now? Unfortunately, Mr. Knight passed away. I just want to tell you guys, 83-year-olds passing away does happen. It happens. So, shout out to Bob Knight. Sorry for you, brother. Moving on. There's an NFL game tonight. I don't care. I'm more interested in the college games. There are 3 college games going on tonight. TCU at Texas Tech, Wake Forest at Duke, South Alabama at Troy. None of these are MVP level locks, so I will explain them. But I will tell you that I provided videos of analysis prop bets and everything on Patreon. I did it. Now, that's only for MVPs. MVPs coming in here and asking me what I think about these games, you are not watching your Patreon videos. That I will not rehash if I already covered it in a Patreon video. I also provided prop bets for all of these games and my ideas and all my explanation. All you have to do is go to those last 2 chat channels on the Discord server. You go to the Discord server. If you're an MVP, you go right here. These last 2 chat channels, weekday games, parlay predictions, and weekly predictions. You go to weekday games predictions or parlay prop ideas, you will hear everything you're asking me about. So please, stop wasting my time asking me when I spent all day today providing that information for everybody in one spot. Please. Next, TCU at Texas Tech. TCU playing with a backup quarterback, doing what they can with Hoover. Sometimes he throws a lot, sometimes he doesn't. I don't know what they're going to do tonight. Nobody does. And they're going at Texas Tech. Texas Tech having Morin back. This is their second-string quarterback, not their starter, but he's their new starter. But he was out last week, or the last game they sat him out, and they gave him some time to rest. He's got an injured shoulder, I believe, but they're saying he's going to come back. I'm going to tell you guys something. He's not a bad quarterback, but he's still inaccurate at times, okay? He really is. Texas Tech has a great running game, though. They have a great running game, and I'll leave it at that. Wake Forest at Duke, this is going to be a snooze fest. Duke is terrible. I'm sorry, Wake Forest is terrible. Duke's offense is not good. If Riley Leonard doesn't play, they're going to struggle to score. Even if he does play, they're going to struggle to score. Their offense just doesn't have the playmakers you're looking for. They got Waters at running back. I like him a lot. They have Calhoun at wide receiver. He is fast, but he drops passes. And if they got Bellin at quarterback, that's the backup. Okay, we're going to be there for a while. I think the under's in play for this whole game. South Alabama, Troy. I'm loving this game. I'm so excited for this. This is the Sunbelt, the Sunbelt. These are 2 teams that really matter to me. I love both of them in the preseason, before the season started. I believe Troy's defense is great. I believe South Alabama and Troy both have some of the best running backs in the group of 5. Very good teams. Look for them to score. I'm excited for that game. Let's get it. It starts at 7:30. First game starts at 7. I will have my watch party starting at 7. Now let's go over. We're going to talk about these matchups. This is results from last week in the Sun Belt. Georgia State getting beat by Georgia Southern. We watched that game happen. Georgia Southern has a great passing attack. Keeping Granger in check, keeping Carroll at 208 yards, and you can't win the game? 208 yards, you can't win the game? That's how good Marcus Carroll is. He's an NFL caliber running back right now. I haven't evaluated him for the draft just yet, but he looks so good. I really like Carroll and what he does. He just runs hard. He's a north-south runner, one-cut runner. You know, there's multi-cut runners and one-cut runners. He's the one-cut runner. Old Dominion at JMU. I'm looking at it, and I go, my goodness, this is a rivalry game. We can't bet it, and I was right. You should have bet it and said ODU was going to cover the spread. Doesn't matter if you're undefeated or not. ODU, JMU are going to play each other hard, and they went at it. Shout out to Jordan McLeod. Second week in a row, he has found Reggie Brown for a ton of passing yards. That's really impressive. Jordan McLeod 340, though. That's just telling you how bad Old Dominion's pass defense is. Okay, App State comes back to beat Southern Miss. Look, Southern Miss shouldn't have scored 38 to begin with, but they did. App State, Joey Aguilar is a stud. Got it done. Frank Gore, 247 wasted yards in a loss, but he's putting up a ton of yards against nobody. And App State continues to be one of the weirdest teams in America. Them and ECU are just, it's bad, it's sad, but at least App State, in some games, they put up a fight, and then some days they're worthless. Arkansas State, that's your freshman quarterback. That's your freshman quarterback doing his thing. Shout out to Arkansas State for winning the game despite ULM having a ton of yards. Arkansas State still wins by 10. I think they've saved Butch Jones' job. I think they've saved his job. Having Jalen Rayner as a freshman quarterback, I'm checking their record right now, 4-4. 4-4, but not a game left. I can see Arkansas State winning. That's the bad part about it. I don't think they lost any game that they weren't supposed to, though. I'll give them that. They beat all the teams they were supposed to beat. Maybe should have been competitive with Coastal Carolina. But Arkansas State, they're not going to get fired losing to these teams. It's not their fault. These are really good teams. Maybe they can play with Texas State a little bit, but they're going to lose to the others on the road and at home against Louisiana. But Arkansas State, not a bad season, man. 4 wins. Not a bad season. Better than the last couple. I'm telling you that right now. Better than the last couple, so shout out to them. Louisiana is a very good football team, and they proved it. They went out and beat South Alabama, and they did it with a dominant run game. Carter Bradley goes out, puts up 381 passing yards. Kind of messes up his knee a little bit, but 381 passing yards, and you only put up 20 points. Who the hell's throwing for 381 with 20 points? That's terrible. That's terrible. But that's bend don't break defense. And when I see teams like this that are giving up that amount of yards, I want you guys to know I see like cover 2. I see a lot of zone coverage within the 20s. And they just let the team move on the ball on them. And then when they get to the red zone, they start playing man-to-man defense. They start playing shutdown defense. I see a change in scheme, and that's what leads to the field goal or the turnover on downs. They don't get to keep throwing it the way they have been easily. Marshall at Coastal Carolina. Isn't Marshall embarrassing? Rasheen Ali comes back, and it doesn't matter. He gets bottled up, and they get blown out by Coastal. If Marshall's falling apart like that, I might take it back, man. Arkansas State might be able to beat them, but Marshall, after being a good team this year, just looks bad. Coastal Carolina is not a good defensive team. Their offensive line is bad, and they somehow dominate this game. And I'm pretty sure – I'm going to double check. I'm pretty sure Francher, 2 interceptions, didn't do much. This is a guy that was throwing 200 yards, 300 yards a game. Just got shut down, and obviously Guest being the backup quarterback because McCall didn't play this game, Grayson McCall. Guest goes out there and just hits on all cylinders, keeps it going. Shout out to Vasco. This is another quarterback just transferred from Iowa State. Where did Vasco transfer from? I want to make sure. Ethan Vasco, freshman. Where did you transfer from, buddy? Kentucky. I said Iowa State. My bad. Kentucky, and he actually got to play a little bit. Ethan Vasco. It's nice to see him out there and actually playing a little bit. Cool. So quarterback leading rusher, third string quarterback leading rusher, backup quarterback goes out there and lights you up. Yeah, Marshall, you're bad. So those are the results. Troy bottling up Troy State. Ishmael Mahdi still went for 128, and that's a good indicator of what's going to happen tonight. I believe that LaDamian Webb can actually run for some yards tonight against Troy, the South Alabama running back. But Gunnar Watson throwing for 400, you got to fix your secondary, Texas State. You can't do that. But Texas State was outmatched, outclassed. They're a year or two behind from where they need to be. It's their first year under G.J. Kinney. They're just competitive in games. They're exciting to watch. Ishmael Mahdi, though, he's actually a friend of the channel. I've talked to him on TikTok in my DMs. I don't see him staying in the Power 5 all that long. Or I'm sorry, in the group of 5. I see him moving, man. That dude's got NFL speed. He's a problem. He's dynamite in a bottle. You guys got to watch him. One of the fastest running backs in America. Not very big, but he started at FCS. He was at Houston Christian Baptist or something like that last year, 1 year, and then he transferred to Texas State, and I still think he's one of the best, man. Dude's a stud. I like it, and he had no answer for Troy. So there you go. Now we look at the matchups. I already talked about South Alabama, Troy. Louisiana at Arkansas State. I think Louisiana's defense is really good. Offense is dominant. They're one of the better teams in the Sun Belt, and they're going to beat Arkansas State on the road. JMU at Georgia State. JMU's pass defense, their pass rush, so good. I think JMU's going to probably bottle up Georgia State and beat them, but you can't count out Georgia State. Darren Granger, Marcus Carroll, they can put up a fight against anyone. JMU is the class of this damn conference at this point. They look great. They might go undefeated, and it's a damn shame they can't play in a bowl game or win the conference. Coastal Carolina at ODU, just some passing numbers putting up. ODU can't stop the pass. Coastal can't do anything but throw. I like these teams to go ham and throw a bunch of yards. ULM at Southern Miss, what a snooze fest. I think they're both going to be heavy run teams. They're gonna score. They can't stop each other. They got no defense, and they do manage to put up points. I think they're both going to score. Georgia Southern at Texas State. Georgia Southern throws. And so does Texas State to some extent, but we'll see what happens. I don't know who's winning that game. I want Texas State to win or be competitive. I can't really pick a winner there. And then App State and Marshall, oh my goodness. It's a rivalry game. More power to you. But neither team, Marshall looks gross the last time we saw him on the field, getting blown out. And then App State they came back to win, so congratulations. But they are one of the most unreliable teams, and they're just not consistent. So couldn't gamble on a lot of this stuff. I'm just letting you know what I think about these teams. You can do your own due diligence. SEC. Results for SEC. Georgia blows out Florida. Not surprised. Florida has no offense. Florida just lost their defensive leading tackler for the season. He's out, their linebacker. He dislocated his knee, and they said he dislocates his knee the way you dislocate your shoulder. That's pretty scary. It's a high school injury. He finally getting it fixed with surgery, so he'll be out. That means Nunnery will be the new linebacker starter. Nunnery's a transfer. I think he transferred from Houston, if I remember correctly. He's not a bad player. Vandy at Ole Miss. Expected Vandy to score more, but that's good for Ole Miss, man. A dominant defensive performance. Jackson Dart and the boys go out and doing their thing. And then obviously Judkins finding his groove and running the ball after potentially losing his starting job to Ulysses Bentley. Tennessee at Kentucky, one of the locks of the week. I knew Tennessee was going to beat Kentucky. They're just a better team. Kentucky's not hitting on all cylinders. Yes, Devin Leary put up a ton of yards. Dane Key finally getting that breakout game after last year being a good freshman. But Kentucky's can always score. They have some skilled players, but they had no answer for Tennessee. They couldn't stop Tennessee, and it was evident. A&M and South Carolina. South Carolina's bad. They're bad. I think they're on a 4-game losing streak now. They're really bad. I don't like anything about it except I'm glad they're getting Mario Anderson involved. But South Carolina can't play with teams. And A&M, Max Johnson didn't even throw 2 touchdowns. He just threw 1. It's I don't know how you score 30 points and it's bad. Speaking of bad, Mississippi State probably needs to fire Zach Arnett. He's not built for this. He's not ready for the SEC West. If you think about the SEC West head coaches, I've talked about this before, but we're talking about Zach Arnett, Jimbo Fisher, I almost said Les Miles, Brian Kelly, Nick Saban, and one more, Arkansas, right? Pittman. It just feels like there's one coach that doesn't belong in there, and it's Zach Arnett. Like there's good coaches, and then there's a guy who doesn't know what he's doing, and they're falling apart, and it's happening fast. Shout out to Auburn for outclassing them, outscoring them. That should have been a lock of the week, and I didn't make it. I should have because they can just score, and Mississippi State can't score. Remember when I did my review? Anybody know this? If you go to TikTok, let me show you guys something. If you go to TikTok and let's just do a search for, I hope I did it right. I'll do hashtag
high school film review, and I'm doing a film.
Stop that crap.
High school film review, and I'm doing a film review.
I hit pause, bro. Let's go Will Rogers, and then hashtag RicoKnows. I'll drag it in the window right now so you guys can see, and we'll see if I ever did this. Yeah, so somebody last year asked me to do a film review on Will Rogers in preparation for the NFL draft. And I jokingly went along with it because they thought he was going to the NFL draft. And I knew he wasn't, but I went ahead and I trolled the whole world when I made the video. And I started talking about him, though. But what I told everybody was, after watching his film, I don't think Will Rogers is an NFL caliber quarterback. I don't think Will Rogers is a good quarterback. And when I said that, people freaked out on me. This was back in March of last year when I did it. And only 11,000 people saw it. But Will Rogers, I said, this guy's not a good player. He does one-step reads. He plays in the air raid offense with Mike Leach and the boys. And this was before Mike Leach died or had just recently died. And I just said, look, man, I'm watching the tape. There's no progression reads here. There's nothing remarkable about this young man. So you change the offense, and Will Rogers loses his advantage. And now you got a guy that doesn't look sharp, doesn't look good, and that's just the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate. So now they got Mike Wright starting at quarterback, and they have no offense. Mississippi State has no offense. Matchups. Texas A&M at Ole Miss. I'd expect Ole Miss to win this game very dominantly, but Texas A&M has some good players. But it just feels like Ole Miss is their top 10, supposedly, top 10. They should be dominating this game. UConn at Tennessee. That's a money line all day long. I'm going to do a money line parlay later today or maybe tomorrow, and one of them is going to be Tennessee beating UConn. That can't miss. UConn has no business in that game. Arkansas at Florida. I know Arkansas has been struggling, and they got to go to the swamp. And they fired their offensive coordinator. But Florida should win the game. Florida should win the game. Jacksonville State, South Carolina. I'm excited for it. I want to see Jacksonville State match up well with South Carolina. I want to see the cockfight It's Gamecocks versus Gamecocks. The only two mascots in America that are both Gamecocks. Give me Jacksonville State to go on the road and shock the world and cover the spread. I don't know what the spread is, but let's cover the spread. I like Jacksonville State's defensive line. They're tough. We've watched them every single day this season, every week. We've seen them play on all the weekday games. They got Zion Webb. He's the X factor. He can run a little bit. I like them. I want to see those big cocks fight the other little cocks and figure it out. Missouri at Georgia. Everybody's excited for this game. Missouri can score points. Can Georgia stop them, and can Georgia keep scoring? This might go the over, or this can be competitive. I'm not sure. I don't know. I like Luther Burden. I like Cook, and I like all the other boys, but I don't know where to go with this one. I don't think it's worth gambling either. Watch it and learn. Auburn at Vanderbilt. Give me Auburn to beat Vandy. Kentucky at Mississippi State. Once again, Kentucky's going to score too many points for Mississippi State to even keep up. And then LSU at Bama. Give me LSU. Shout out to the Tigers. Give me LSU to outscore Bama. LSU can score all day long. I think they've learned their lessons, and I think LSU beats Alabama. Remember in the preseason, my number one team in the SEC was LSU. So I believe in LSU. I always have. I think they have a good offense, a good team. I think they can outscore anybody. And if we need to try to score points, Alabama can't do what LSU does. That's how I feel. Yes, Bama has a better defense, obviously. And it is on the road. And Bama has a better coach. Give me LSU. Shout out to my girl, Kim. She's from the boot, from Louisiana, from New Orleans. So I'm always going to support her, and I'm going to support her team. Shout out to everybody watching the show on TikTok. If you want to be an MVP, go to Patreon. If you want to join the Discord server, go to Patreon and be a part of the team. You can follow us on Patreon for free as well. You'll get some picks. You get some locks. I make some videos. And then we're on TikTok, obviously. Shout out to YouTube. I'll be reading the chat. Discord chat takes priority, so I'm going to read Discord chat first, then I'll get to YouTube chat. Evan Kramer says, let me go back. We see you, but you're frozen. Yep, my bad. Reading chat. Ready for that. Boom, boom, boom. Yesterday. Today. What's your locks on the TCU Texas Tech game? I'm down 7 units. I had a shitty week. Shout out to LB. LB, make better decisions. There are no locks, MVP level locks for the Texas Tech TCU game, but I'd recommend you go watch the video I posted on Patreon today on that matchup. I already broke it all down. I like TCU first half. That's cool. Just see ESPN. TCU, not Texas Tech. Of course, Rico. I see you. Word. All you guys see me. Feels like I'm in a college lecture, but a fun one. Shout out to you, Mike Knows. Feels like junior year of high school when we went to online school. Oh, snap. That means Evan Kramer in junior year was in COVID. That's bananas. For real, LOL. I need to connect. Shit don't work. Just saying for me. Speaking for myself. Oh, Mike Knows. We can help you connect. Did you get to the help desk? You go to the help desk. We can help you connect, Mike Knows. We'll make it work for you. Hopefully more scoring than last year. 10-6 was a brutal game last year. Thoughts on Mississippi Valley versus Bethune-Cookman game? LB's asking me about an FCS level game. Both teams are 1-7. Don't ask me how I know that. Not a good game to watch or bet on. I don't know enough about the individual players to say anything intelligent. I just know that the teams are struggling this year. I don't watch a lot of FCS football during the season. I watch it after the season when I'm looking at the playoffs and I'm looking at transfers from those schools. But I don't watch their games during the season. I only watch FBS games during the season. I do a lot of research on the teams and the games every day. I only have so many hours in a day. I can't sit down and watch FCS matchups. Got to watch 133 teams, 65 games a week. It's tough. Every team in the Sunbelt East still has an equal chance of making the conference championship right now, except for Marshall. The rest there are eligible, only have 2 losses. Shout out to you, Evan Kramer. Troy, Moneyline, Troy, da-da-da. These guys are all just guessing at bets. Ask me, Will Rogers is great at dink and dunk and letting his receivers do the work. He knew where to throw before the ball was snapped. Maybe 1 check down, if that. That is correct, Sultan of SWAT. That is 100% what he did, and that does not translate to the NFL. Does not translate to the NFL, which was my point. I want to see cock on cock pause. Okay. If you're feeling really dangerous, Troy defensive touchdown plus 840. Okay. All right, bro. Boom. And Troy money. Okay, boom. Hope you're not down any more points. Just know I'm the most biased person towards Troy here. This dude's got Troy in his emblem, bro. You can't listen to what he's saying. All right, we're moving over to YouTube now. If you got any questions about the SEC or Sunbelt, put it in YouTube. Channing Davis says, yo, what up, Channing Davis? Oh, good to see you, man. You guys, I met Channing Davis. This is a follower. I met him in person. I was on the beach in Florida on vacation this summer, and a gentleman just yelled out. We were going to a restaurant. I was taking Kim to dinner, and this guy just yelled out from the distance, Rico knows. And it was this dude, Channing Davis. Nice to meet you. I took a photo with him. I think he's an Air Force guy. But it was nice to meet the guy. Shout out to you, bro. No sound. Top. YouTube doesn't notify me when you go live. I just know what time it is. Damn. Shout out to you, Edgar. Yeah, man, I appreciate the support. Unfortunately, YouTube is taking my money. They are taking my money. They're not going to pay me anything. Until they said not until what? January? They're paying me nothing until January. I accidentally just left the chat. I shouldn't have done that. Give me a second here. We're still good. I'll get back to the chat here shortly. Oh, buddy. But I wanted to show you guys something. They are taking money from me every single day. Money that I have never gotten. So I want you guys to think about this. You guys paid money to YouTube. And after you paid money to YouTube, they took it from you. They have it. And then they're supposed to pay me. And my revenue number is a certain number based upon ads and memberships. But let's just talk about the membership part of it, because that's the only part that matters between you guys as the consumer and me. The ad part I'm entitled to because people watch my videos. So we won't talk about ad revenue. We'll just talk about memberships. But look what they're doing. I'm putting it on the screen over here. They're knocked me down to 19,000 already. They've knocked me down on all these cancellations. Everything's grayed out. I can't touch any of this money. And they're just giving back refunds to people at my expense. I'm getting none of it. Okay? Cancellations in the last 30 days. Everyone has been canceled. I lost everybody. That's 1,600 MVPs. So with those cancellations comes refunds. And the refunds will come out of my money. And what this means is I will have not been paid for the entire month of October, no matter what I do. That is still a real hard pill to swallow. I still worked really hard for that money, and I'll never get it. And for you MVPs out there, you can be upset about it. You can be like, oh, I paid, da-da-da. But you got locks. You got my effort. You got my live streams. You got my picks. You got my videos. You got my membership-only videos. You got everything from me, and I got nothing for it. So there's people out there asking me for a discount or a refund, and they don't understand that I just provided labor for an entire month, and there's nothing for me to discount to you. There's nothing for me to give you back. I didn't get anything. You have to go get the money from YouTube. Go to your email. Reply back to them. They have your money. And you know what they're doing with it. They're combining that money with other money and other money. They probably got millions and millions in hold right now. And they just invest it and keep it's a scam. It's a scam by YouTube to just make money off of the money they're holding from you. And then they give it back to you in 3 or 4 months or whenever. And they will have made interest off your money. But guess who didn't get paid? The creator, the content creator. I did not get paid. Period. So I'm having a really tough time. And then Patreon, thank you guys for moving over to Patreon. It's incredible. Patreon, the movement by the MVPs moving over there is awesome. And Patreon promises to pay. You know, they're not YouTube. They promise to pay. But they don't pay until December 5th. So, because I missed the cutoff for November because I just joined. So you got to work the whole month of November and you will be paid in December. Now, I don't have 1,500 MVPs, so I'm not going to get back that money. It's not going to be equivalent to 25,000 or anything like that. And you got to understand, whatever it is, whatever we build up to by December, I will finally get paid, but that will be my first paycheck in the last 2 months. That's what's making this so difficult. So when people keep spamming me for refunds or demanding their money back or they want a discount, I had a gentleman today say, you should give me a discount because I paid $25 on YouTube. I'm not going to double pay. And it's like, all right, man, Well, you never paid me once. I need you to understand this. You never paid me once. I don't need to give you a discount. I didn't get anything, not once. And I now have to work another month and stay just as motivated, just as engaged, just as focused, with the promise of I will be paid in December. YouTube's offering me the money. January 28th is when they'll let me reapply. Whatever's money's left out after all the refunds. And then that won't pay me they don't pay until the 21st of the next month. So they won't pay me till February 21st. So it's a little too much to break down for you guys. You all live your own lives. You're not worried about my life. But what I want to be is very transparent. That's why I show you guys the screenshots. And I want you guys to understand, if you want your money back, talk to YouTube. They have all the money. They didn't pay me anything. That's a fact. So there you go. Thanks for being here, though. I can't hear anything, muted. Can't hear anything. My bad. Sent you a DM on TikTok. Check it out when you can. Yeah, Chop S. I get a lot of DMs on TikTok. I probably have 500 unread right now. I cannot read them all. Was there a stream today? This is the stream, Chaz Crawford, and we have a watch party tonight. Hopefully this isn't an MVP lock, but Ole Miss -3 offense is that good, I believe. I'll check for you. You're asking about the Ole Miss game. Ole Miss is playing Texas A&M, and you say -3. It's definitely not a lock just because Texas A&M is capable. It's down to -3. I apologize. It's on my MVP lock list. It just wasn't green. It's on my MVP lock list. Can't talk about it, Dom. Thank you. Evan G says, hey, Rico, what app do you use to identify the odds of your ladder picks? Hard to find books that do college player props. Evan G, I use FanDuel, and I want to make it very clear. 1 second. Herbie Hancock, you cannot ask me about Arizona, UCLA. This is an SEC Sunbelt day. You do not ask me about Pac-12 day. Pac-12 is on Fridays. Somebody get them the schedule. We've been on this all year. It's okay. So I use FanDuel. Now, if you can't see, no problem. If you can't see player props, college player props, Evan G, there's two things fold. Sometimes you have to use a desktop. Sometimes you have to use a desktop or a laptop. You cannot see it from the phone app. It won't be available there under more wages. Or it's not legal in your state. There's other ways around that, but you would have to be an MVP and come talk to all the MVPs. There's 500 dudes around here talking about that kind of stuff. They have other books. They know all the books out there. They know what books to use if you're in an illegal state or another state. They know everything. You don't have player props in your state. You can find other books that do. You just have to talk to the right guys. And all those guys, subject matter experts, they're in the chat. They're in the chat. They're in those chat rooms like I'll show you on the screen here. If you go in here, these guys with the parlay prop ideas or the MVP level questions, these two channels right here, or miscellaneous prop ideas, all these dudes, anybody in here, parlay prop ideas, anybody in here talking, they know so much. They talk about all the different books. I don't know a damn thing what they're saying. I'm not a gambler. They're the gamblers. They know so much. Like, hey, I was on this book. I'm on this book. I'm on that book. More power to them, bro. They help everybody out. It's everybody talking to everyone. These are just big chat rooms where you can talk to all your people. I don't know much about it. I just do analysis on the teams and the players. I don't know much about the books they're using. I'm not a gambler. I'm just information for the gamblers. So I apologize. And I can't give you that information, apparently. So I suck at that. Blunts on Paper Podcast. What up, DJ? He says, how do you feel about Duke game tonight, Coach? Shout out to DJ. He always calls me Coach because I was his football coach. But DJ, you are an MVP. You are on Discord. Go to Patreon. Watch the videos. Watch the video on Duke versus Wake Forest from this morning. And then come into the Discord app and go to those different chat rooms. Check the pinned messages, and you will see everything you're looking for. I showed how to check pinned messages earlier in the show. Go back and watch it. You should be good. No, I got my MVP money back, Rico. Oh, shit. Shout out to Noah Winston. Got his MVP money back from YouTube. Congratulations. Congratulations. Never mind. I see that it's FanDuel. They must not have player props in my state. There you go, Evan G. Have you been impressed by Spencer Rattler so far? Batman Gummies, I have not, and I'm never going to be impressed by Spencer Rattler because I don't look at players based on their stars, right? A lot of people look at Spencer Rattler, and they know him because in his year of high school, he was the only 5-star quarterback coming out of high school. They shouldn't have gave out any 5 stars that year. But that year, they gave a 5-star to Spencer Rattler. And I don't think he's 5-star caliber. So everybody knows his name because he went to Oklahoma, and they're like, oh, they got a 5-star quarterback, the only one in the country. Oh, my God, Lincoln Riley got the 5-star quarterback. Well, let's talk about it. He's not 5 stars. Let's stop calling him a 5-star quarterback. He's just a starting quarterback on a terrible team. He's got a team, and he can't win. Well, they don't have an offensive line. Got it. But you got to go out there, and you got to give your team a chance to win. Spencer Rattler is not the problem, but he's also not elevating the play of anybody around him. He's just not. I'm not impressed with Spencer Rattler. No. He's okay. He's a good quality starting quarterback. Not a 5-star, and he's not going to impress me. Joseph Mutt says, Rico, what up, man? Why isn't YouTube paying you? What the F? Went over this in the previous shows. YouTube stopped paying me because they said I was reusing videos. I have reused videos. What you need to understand is the videos I'm reusing were my own videos. I reused my own videos from TikTok on YouTube. So I would create a video on TikTok of me talking, and then I would post it on YouTube. And that's illegal because I am stealing content from RicoKnows on TikTok. And they said, we don't care if you have his permission. You can't do that. So I made an appeal video and said, I am Rico. This is me. I'm the one who creates the videos. They said, we don't care. You're reusing content. You cannot do that. And they took me out of the monetization. I'm demonetized. I can no longer earn money. I can apply again. I can appeal in January after 90 days. And I have to clean my channel. I already cleaned it, deleted 1,300 videos, and I'll never post another TikTok video of RicoKnows. RicoKnows TikTok is. I said, who's complaining that I'm stealing RicoKnows TikTok videos? I'm RicoKnows. I'm not complaining. That's who I am. It's my trademark. They didn't care. That's the craziest part. They don't want to see TikTok watermarks. There you go. So they're not paying me. Was there a Big 12 stream yesterday? Chaz Crawford, there was not. I took a break. I stopped posting yesterday. I decided to take my girl out to dinner, and we went and had a romantic dinner at Waffle House. She ordered a salted steak, salted ham, a country ham, a plain biscuit, and a waffle. Yeah, she acted like a prisoner in public. It was crazy, bro. I said, what is this shit? Well, I'm having scattered hash browns with cheese, tomatoes, bacon, ham, and then I had a burger. I've never ordered a burger there before. I did. I didn't care. I had a feast, bro. And I had double serving of hash browns, yes? You did. Yeah, and this girl was eating a damn plain biscuit. She put jelly on it. Like she had the white girl shuffle going. I don't know what she was doing. I said, we need to get back home and get back to work. So I skipped the Big 12 breakdown. Let me do this for you guys, just for anybody worried about Big 12. Let's do that real quick while we're sitting here. I can do it real quick. So Big 12, just the matchups this week. I already talked about tonight's game. If you're an MVP, go watch it. I just believe that these teams are inconsistent, bad quarterback play. We don't know who's going to win or who's going to do anything, but there's the game. K-State at Texas. I like Texas to win this game. K-State's been looking dominant recently, but I like Texas to win the game. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Hey, it's a rivalry. At least it used to be, right? Rivalry, and obviously a lot of people feel like Oklahoma State can win this game. They got a dominant run game. Shout out to Ollie Gordon. And Oklahoma's been looking like they can be beat. Kansas put it on them. Let's see it. It's an interesting matchup. Houston at Baylor. Both teams are, at the bottom of the Big 12. They don't look good. Run-oriented team in Baylor. Houston, we don't know what they're doing. Donovan Smith looks good from time to time, and then they just look terrible against K-State. After I said they're going to do something, they did nothing. They looked gross. I thought they were on the take. UCF and Cincinnati. I like UCF in this game. Cincinnati just looks really bad this year. I like UCF in this game. Cincinnati losing to Miami of Ohio. Very disappointing. Emory Jones throws to one receiver. Shout out to Henderson. And they don't do much else. I don't know. UCF has good linebacker play, by the way. Kansas at Iowa State, MVP level lock. Won't talk about it. BYU at West Virginia. I believe it might be a lock, but either way, West Virginia, I like them to win this game. They're so good, man. Shout out to Neil Brown for keeping his job. Just saying it. So there's my Big 12. I didn't go in depth much. I'm saving a lot of it for the MVPs on Saturday. I'm going to go in detail with all these games on Saturday. Every single game I go in detail with the MVPs during the live chat, and we'll make that happen. Yeah, so there's your Big 12 breakdown. I apologize. Sorry for not doing a whole show on them. Appreciate the help. Thanks, man. You got it, Evan G. So basically, he hasn't been bad, but not exactly good. Batman gummies, that sounds about right. Talking about Spencer Rattler? Yeah, that sounds about right. I got a question on the Discord I got to read next, guys. Bobby Albright says, Rico, not necessarily SEC, but with Leopold's success at Division I, do you see more schools looking to Division II and III to find their head coach? So, no. I've said this so many times, guys. I'll say it for anybody who's new. Power 5 coaches come from Power 5 coordinators or a good old boy network. There are no such thing as hiring small school guys to be a Power 5 head coach. It's very rare. It might happen within, let's say there's a dozen, you're going to get 2 of them from the group of 5. Only 2. They don't want to hire a good group of 5 head coach does not become a new head coach at the Power 5. It's very rare. It's like Hugh Freeze, Luke Fickell. You got to be undefeated for years. You got to be dominant for years. You're just not getting hired because then you fail. And they're tired of seeing people fail. So they're tired of seeing the Harsin fail at Auburn. There's unique circumstances like Coach Prime. But if you want a Power 5 job, they're not looking for it. So SEC, who's going to get fired in the SEC? Zach Arnett? Jimbo Fisher? Who? We go through all the schools. They're not going to fire everybody. But they don't like what they did with Sunbelt Billy Napier. They don't like Shane Beamer doesn't feel like the right answer. You need a certain caliber of coach, and you need to get them from a coordinator within the Power 5. That's how they hire. Or another head coach in the Power 5. It's the way it goes. But right now, it looks like Dino Babers is going to have to find it. Somebody's going to have to replace him at Syracuse. Michigan State still got a spot open. Right? These guys are going to go look and watch who they look for. Watch who they look for. I'd be surprised if they go group of 5. Of course, everybody wants to say Urban Meyer. But just pay attention. David Shaw, Jim Leonard. Pay attention to who they go looking for. It's going to be dudes who were coordinators in the Power 5 or former head coaches in the Power 5. It's not going to be just some random-ass person. You say Arnett and Pittman are the only ones on the hot seat in the SEC unless Jimbo loses to anyone not named Ole Miss or LSU. If you were the Mississippi State AD, who would you try to replace Arnett with? Somebody who knows the area in recruiting. I would probably pick a coordinator. If I could, I'd go pick Cliff Kingsbury. I'd go get Cliff Kingsbury. He's available right now. I'd see if he's interested in coaching in the SEC. Cliff Kingsbury. I would try to hire Scott Frost. I would try to hire. I would try to get Chris Kleiman from K-State. There's other people you can get. I'd go get PJ Fleck. See if he wants to chop the wood down here in Mississippi. Some Sunbelt coaches. They're good. Some Sunbelt coaches. Conference USA coaches. Garrett Riley was the coordinator everyone thought would be the target last offseason, but now no one is sure on him. So, salt in the SWAT. When Garrett Riley got hired at Clemson, the first thing I told everybody, and I want to find the videos, I'll have to go back and look for them. The first thing I said was I'm not impressed with this hire. I don't think he's a good hire. I don't think he's a good offensive coordinator. It's obvious that was not the problem at Clemson, was offensive coordinator or DJ Uiagalelei. They were not the problem at Clemson. It's obvious. So going and getting a guy like Garrett Riley solved nothing. I'm telling you, I'm not a Garrett Riley guy. I don't think very highly of him. Never been moved by what he does or how he does it. Don't like him. This is the SEC stream, yes. Send PJ Fleck home and keep him there. Corny ass dude. Okay, well, if you're corny, you're corny. I don't care if a coach is corny. Appreciate the help, man. So basically, yep. Evan G says, how do you think Arizona high school football compares to other powerhouse states like Texas, Cali, and Georgia? So Evan G, Arizona high school football does not compare to other states at all. Arizona high school football is Phoenix and occasionally a Tucson school, and that is it. I want you to look at the state of Arizona. The entire state of Arizona is desolate of quality football teams, except for a small section in Phoenix and sometimes in Tucson, and that is it. There's nothing else. There's no good teams in Yuma. There's no good teams in Arizona. There are some high-quality teams in the Phoenix area and maybe one or two teams in Tucson, and that is it. That is not comparable to any state of elite level of football. That's comparable to Nevada, and that's not in the conversation. So when you look at the top high school teams in America and the top teams that are producing NFL talent in America, the number one state is Texas by its sheer size and number of schools and players in the NFL. Then there's California. Then there's Florida. And then after Florida, it's North Carolina. And after North Carolina, it's Alabama. Then it's Georgia. So that means Alabama per capita has more NFL players. But then it's Georgia. After Georgia, it's Louisiana. After Louisiana, it's Ohio, Pennsylvania. And then we can start talking about some other schools. But guess other states. But guess what? Arizona's not even in that conversation. So you might even be from Arizona. You might think Arizona's in the convo. We got a good team out here. We got Chaparral. We got so-and-so. I don't give a shit who you got. You got 2 or 3 good teams. That's it. If you guys want to see the map, you got to be careful, right? So best high school. How do we do it? Well, let me do this. Most NFL players by state. This is one way to look at it. Most NFL players by state. And which state produces the most NFL players? A lot of people go here and stop because they think this is the most recent. It's not. You go down here, not correct. What you're looking for is not correct. Man, where is it? It's a beautiful artwork thing. You got to check the dates on this stuff. And the dates will tell you. I don't see it in here. But the dates will let you know. This can't be it. This wasn't it. No. There it is. Okay, here we go. Here's the graphic. Sportskeeda has a graphic. And if you guys are looking at the graphic, the number one state is Texas, 211. California, 151. We got an ad popping up, and it's making me lag. I apologize. Get out of here. And then after the 151, you got 149 Florida. Then you got North Carolina, 110. Alabama, 109. Okay, I got it wrong. After Alabama, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Louisiana, Georgia. But look at Arizona, bro. Arizona's 22. They're not even in the conversation. They're not in the conversation. They don't have enough teams. It's one city. So there you go. Thank you for the question. You thought Jersey was good? They're okay. Northern California has such crappy football besides Folsom. Yeah, Folsom, De La Salle, stuff like that. It's very true. Regionally, things are difficult, but there's good teams in Northern California. Shout out to Grant. There's been good teams for years upon years. It just depends on if they're having a good year. It happens. Oakland, McClemens. People suck, and then people get better. People suck, and people get better. I wish there was a RicoKnows for college basketball. Chaz Crawford, that'd be very difficult. You know why? There are over 300 FBS Division I basketball teams. I can't even possibly imagine somebody trying to know all 300 teams. I know all 133 FBS level football teams and all their players. I don't know. I can't imagine learning all the basketball teams. That's a lot. Waffle House burgers good. They're pre-made burgers, Batman gummies. They're not good. I wouldn't say they're good. It tasted good because I wanted a burger, but I wouldn't go around vouching for them like that. It wasn't bad. It is what it is. Chaz Crawford, check out Jeff Nadeau. It's SEC Day, the undisputed best conference in college football. Shout out to Mike Schmidt for being here. I think he's a Bama fan. The only thing with basketball is it's only 15 players on each team as opposed to 85 scholarship players. Yes, but the 15 players, they transfer all over the fucking place, bro. They transfer everywhere. I tried to do basketball transfer portal for a week, and then I said, oh my goodness, there's no way I can do this. There's too many people. It's split 300 plus, and we can be the We Want to Know a branch of RicoKnows. Yo, Mike Schmidt, where's my hug at? Tidy Whitey Rob wants to know where your hug's at, Mike Schmidt. That's what he asks girls when he meets them. He's only on Twitter. I wouldn't say he's as knowledgeable as Rico as in the football space, but he breaks stuff down in a similar way. There you go. He's saying Chaz Crawford. Check out Jeff Nadeau. My bad, Jeff Nadeau. He's on Twitter. Do you think Mississippi State run game coordinator Mike Schmidt has a shot at a head coaching job this offseason? Does Mississippi State name the running back? Tell me the running game. Chandler High School, Hamilton High School. Yep, there's a couple of high schools in Phoenix. There's a couple. I'm familiar with football. I'm familiar with high school football teams across America. I do a high school film review. I could do a high school breakdown of every state, every major state, their playoff picture, the best teams in the state. I only do videos on TikTok for Georgia because I live here, and it's just to cater to my Georgia fan base. But I could do it for any state. It's really easy to do it for Arizona, let me tell you. Rico, how familiar are you with WCAC schools? They have the most Division I recruits per athlete, but they don't translate to the NFL. I'm not familiar with – is this West Coast Athletics Conference? WCAC? Chaz Crawford? I'm assuming. Saguaro High School. Yeah, Sean Papke. I know all the schools. It's got to be Florida. It's not just one city, but not that many schools. I'll agree. It is one city. It's just Phoenix area, bro. You could tell me you're from Glendale and Mesa and, Tempe and no, bro, it's just all the Phoenix area. Don't do this. I don't care where. It's all the Phoenix area. New players every year. You should come to Georgia sometime and see Atlanta. Atlanta is like Phoenix. And then venture out of Atlanta. You're going to still find amazing teams outside of Atlanta, 100%. You'll find better teams outside of Atlanta. Imagine if Arizona wasn't empty. That's what I want to say to you. When you drive on the 10 and you're driving those 60 miles between Tucson and Phoenix and you hit Casa Grande and you hit the 8 and you go from the 8 all the way to Yuma. I know all the roads in Arizona, bro. I know every street in Arizona. When you're driving down all that, it's all empty, just desert. Desert. Imagine people living in there. If people lived in there, you would have athletes. You would have better teams and better players. But there's not people living there. There's no population. Arizona's on the same level as Colorado, man. Didn't realize that. No, Arizona's not even close to Colorado. I know the numbers stay the same, but Colorado's actually got more people living in it. Yo, what up, Paguno? Shout out to you, Goat. Good to see you. I'm biased because I played in Alabama high school. Football is legit. It's all right. Maryland prospects would smoke them. And Maryland has a lot better teams than Arizona, correct. Rico really does know how the fuck he know Casa Grande. I know everywhere, bro. I can go to Gila Bend. We can keep going on the 8, go to Gila Bend. Or we go back the other way. We go to Sierra Vista and Benson. We could go on the 10 all the way. I mean, I could name every city on the 10 in Arizona. Don't care which direction we go. I can name the exits. You guys are messing with the wrong one. We go south to Nogales. I'm not looking at a map. I'm just talking to y'all. My memory's insane. My memory's insane. New players every year. It's just not one city. Yeah, got it. Yeah. Big game for the Tide this week through 80K on the money line. Yeah, Mike Schmidt throws a lot of money on nothing. He plays Monopoly. Washington Athletic. Oh, in the D.C. area. My bad, Chaz Crawford. So I did live in the DMV for a while. I'm familiar with Good Counsel, Quincy Orchard. all the teams in that area, Gaithersburg, Rockville. My daughter lives in Rockville and Frederick, but mainly Rockville, Columbia, Prince George's County, like that whole area. I know all that area. I know all the teams. They're good. There's good teams. There's good players. I check them out. YouTube clipped my page that I was an MVP on. I'm pissed. There you go, legal side hustles. It happened to all of us. Get your money back. Love the shirt. Okay, Batman Gummies. I wanted to wear one for the live stream, so I picked one. Rico, who were you recommending for NFL? NFL picks and stuff. His name is Fontaines5. I'm going to put it in chat. Just a good friend. I did an interview with him. I trust whatever he's saying. I want to say this is what his YouTube is, maybe without the apostrophe. So he's also an MVP. So shout out to him. Hope he got his money back. He was an MVP for one weekend, but I hope he's on the Patreon now in the Discord. But I like Fontaines5. He's a cool dude. He knows NBA and NFL, NFL, NBA, all the pro sports. I don't know what's going on. Let me get back to the chat over here. Sup, Rico? Excited for Troy versus South Alabama. We all are, man. We're on it. We're on it. God don't it. We're on it. Go don't it. This guy says, haha, I love it. Herbie Hancock, glad I joined. Shout out to you, man. Thanks for being here. Rico, what do you know about Bayou Labatry, Alabama? Not a damn thing. I've been through Alabama a couple of ways, through the 10 and the 20 mainly. So I know Huntsville. I know Mobile, Alabama. No, I don't know much. I obviously know the teams in Alabama. I know a lot of the teams because I study high school football and recruits. So I pay attention to their playoffs. I know some of their teams cross the line and come play us in Georgia, so I pay attention there. But I don't necessarily, not familiar with the off-the-beaten-path stuff or anything else like that. I know Spanish Florida. Like, I know all the big teams all the way around the state. But outside of knowing them, I stay out of Bama, bro. People like me don't make it, man. Mi gente, right? I'm Mexican, dude. I look white. They're gonna treat me white, but I'm Mexican. I don't rock in anybody's world. I gotta stick to the well-lit streets, bro. He's spending so much time making up for the Will friends stinking up the entire offensive line. It's basically Coach Bump and Barper calling all the offense. There we go. What's up, Tidy Whitey? New pair today, or did we just flip them? We always flip them. Home of Forrest Gump. Come on, Rico. Didn't I just say Mobile, Alabama? Didn't I just say that shit? I don't know about no Mobile. I don't know about no Forrest Gump, bro. I know the movie. I'm with you. The DMV is one of the best talent hotspots in the country, without a doubt. Chandler and Hamilton are not in Phoenix, but sure. Okay. When I was in Charlotte, it's the same as Atlanta, so I understand. Yeah, Chandler and Hamilton, I don't know what you're saying, man. Everywhere is Phoenix to me. That whole area is Phoenix to me. I swear to God, Rico, if I was playing high school ball in Arizona, I would be putting up wilt numbers for those Latinas. Woo, Paguno's ridiculous. Mike Schmidt, the DMV has the most Division I recruits per athlete, per capita, out of any area in the United States. Does Fontaines have a page? Yes, he has a page on TikTok here, Fontaines5. Don't forget the 5 and the S. Fontaines5. He's on YouTube, at Fontaines5 on YouTube. It's like a green logo. He's got a page, an app, a website. He's got everything. Rico, is it too much to ask for the American conferences too? For the American conferences? No. I meant to give you guys, he's right. I do Big 12 and American. So let me go do the American real quick. The American Conference games for this week. You got Navy at Temple. Temple usually can throw the ball, can't stop the run at all. Temple's defense is gross. I think Navy can run all over them and wins that game very easily. I think Navy's going to run all over Temple. Florida Atlantic at UAB. I like the over in this game. I don't even know what it is. I just know that UAB can score all day, and Florida Atlantic has the players to score as well. Those are two teams that match up well. They're going to score back and forth. I don't know who's winning that game. UTSA, North Texas. I think it's an MVP level lock, but these teams can both score as well. UTSA has a good defensive front. They're a little better, but UTSA can score. North Texas can score on anybody, anyone. They should have beat Memphis last week. Memphis is better than South Florida by a wide margin. I love Memphis. Seth Hennigan does not ever have a bad game. Seth Hennigan's known to throw for 300 yards every game, so trust Memphis in their quarterback play. Tulane beating East Carolina. East Carolina can't score. They can't score on anyone. East Carolina's offense is one of the worst in America. And Tulane, they'll get it done. Charlotte, missing several starters for this game. Charlotte looks gross. So does Tulsa. Don't get it twisted. So does Tulsa. Tulsa, last time we saw them, they couldn't stop SMU. SMU put up 60 on them. But Tulsa's at home. Hopefully they're figuring out Braxton Braley at quarterback. And Charlotte, Ill-behaved, undisciplined. Get them out. Don't want to see it. We're done. Then we got SMU at Rice. I think SMU's a better team. I think they're more dominant on defense. Rice can throw the ball, though. I wouldn't bet on that game. I just don't think Charlotte's going to have some key defensive starters, and Tulsa will be able to score. Maybe. Tulsa stops nothing. Charlotte has nothing. I don't know. A lot of these games don't look good. But that's my breakdown on the American as fast as I can. I will be going in depth on Saturday for the MVPs. Much more in depth. Just so we're clear. Does Fontaines have a YouTube, or where can I find his page? Yes. Go to, look, man, I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to show you guys. You just go www.youtube. You're in here. You're in YouTube. You do a search, and you're going to go at Fontaines 5. Hit search. Boom, it's a green symbol. Fontaines 5. This is the guy you want to go to. He does daily fantasy, and he has a sports book. Figure out everything that's going on. There's the interview there. I did an interview with him, 34 minutes the other day, talking about everything. But he has an app. He has a website. Subscribe to him. He used to only have 1,100 subscribers. I pushed it up 200. Let's push it up another 200. Trust this guy, man. He's cool. He uses the Better app. I don't know what Better is. It's a book, B-E-T-R. It's for the states that don't have legal gambling, I believe. You can use Better app. They give you a $500 match. If you put $500 in, I think they give you $500, something like that. I don't know. I'm not a sports book guy, but that's what showed up for me. Shout out to Fontaines 5. I trust this young man. His name is Ricky. He says his name is Rico, but he goes by Ricky Fontaine. Former Navy guy. Was in the military for 4 years. Now he does this full time, and this is the gig. This is what he wants to do. He has a TikTok. He has a YouTube. He has an app. He has a Twitter, I believe. He has everything. You guys got to get to know him, subscribe to him, start paying attention to Fontaines 5 if you bet professional sports. So there you go. I don't know anything else about him like that. Let's go over here, chat again. Breaking news. Salt and SWAT says Riley Leonard is out and Grayson Loftus will get his first career start. So this is breaking news for you guys, but I want to make sure everybody understands, especially the MVPs. If you went to MVP Prediction channel, the MVP Prediction chat channel here in the TikTok, you go to MVP Prediction, and if you went in here and you went straight to the pin, you would have seen that he's already been out, and we knew this at 11:45 a.m. You could have jumped on the spread early before it went down when it was still 12.5, and you could have taken Wake Forest to cover the spread 12.5. Just saying. You guys got to check your pin messages. We knew Riley Leonard was out and will not play. We knew early, and people started getting on the bet really, really early. This was before lunch. So just so you guys are aware, that's how you do this. Come into these channels, check for the pinned message, and see what comes up. If you don't see the pin, you're on your phone, the pin is above the list of names listed over here. Swipe all the way to the side till you see the names and go hit that little thumbtack and you'll be straight. Always hit the thumbtack and see if anything's pinned. You have to go to each channel to see if anything's pinned. You come in here, MVP level questions, see if anything's pinned. Ladder talk. What's pinned in ladder talk? Oh, there's the ladder. That's how you do it, okay? Check the thumbtack. Thank you for sharing that information, but you guys should have known he was out as of noon today. That's how it's done. Check your pins. I hope everybody understands. Shout out to Salt and SWAT for sharing it for Buddy. I missed that spread. I was at work. Hey, work is not important, Bucky. Work is not important. I didn't miss it because I'm at work. Just so we're clear. Shout out to you guys for being here. Thank you to everybody on TikTok watching us. You want to be engaged in the show, either join the Discord server or be on YouTube, and we can make it happen. Shout out to you guys. How do I got invites? I said no invites to be on live. Boss man, you're not coming on my show, boss man. Let's go back. I swear to God, Rico. Yep. You put up them numbers. Dang, people thinking you a weirdo because same. They'll get surprised when I speak fluently. Does Fontaines have? Oh, a Wedo. My bad. I said a Wedo. A Wedo. He's saying a lighter complected Hispanic person, guys. Huerito or Wedo. It means you just got light skin. Does Fontaines have a YouTube or you can find him? Yes, he does. How did you realize you were passionate about or better than most at scouting players and teams? Evan G, I've talked about this at length in the past. I was a sports writer and I've always been very analytical in my mind. I've always had a keen eye for talent. I used to be a football coach. I used to be a football player. I just kind of understand the game and what we're doing. And over time, other people have validated me. I know what I'm saying. I know how I feel. It's when other people start believing in you, right? So let's say you give your take on sports. You guys ever seen a page on TikTok or YouTube and a guy makes a video and he says, this is my opinion on this. And he makes the video. Well, that's cool. People are going to see it. They're either going to agree or they're not going to agree. But the next level of success when it comes to sports takes is when somebody says, oh, hey, what do you think about this? Or can you give me your take on this? And as people keep writing comments and requesting information from you and your sports take on a topic, that validates you. Because now the audience and the supporters want to hear what you have to say about a particular topic. So when something happens in the world of sports, somebody rushes to their phone and says, hey, Rico, this just happened. What do you think? Hey, Rico, this just happened. Make your video. They want to hear my point of view on that topic. That's what validates you as a person, right? So when it comes to evaluating talent and players, I do a high school film review or I do a review on a college player. They validate me by asking me, Rico, can you review this guy? Rico, how about my buddy here? How about this video? How about this? What do you think about this? And I'm going to tell you, a lot of the NFL videos I did for the draft last year were actually requested by the players, okay? If I were to sign out over here on my TikTok and actually show you guys on the cam right now, I don't want to burn my bridges, but I have DMs from the players themselves saying, Rico, can you do a draft review on me? Rico, can you tell me where you think I'm going to get drafted or where do I fall? I've had NFL agents do the same thing. Rico, where do you feel my player is going to end up? Now that he's undrafted, what team should I guide him to try to make it on the 53-man roster? And this is what I provided to Thomas Incoom's agent or what the hell's his name? Robert Farrell's agent, right? And all these undrafted free agents who are trying to make the final 53 is I talk to these players and their agents. Let me give you guys one. Last night, I got a text message from a young man. He is on Ole Miss's football team. He is getting ready to enter the transfer portal. He would like to know where to go and whose team can he make, who should he contact, email, whatever, before he gets in the portal. Now, this happens every so often where a player will reach out to me and say, what roster should I be trying to make? That's what – he's an offensive lineman at Ole Miss. That's what separates me from everybody else is people are requesting information from me and then I'm making the content. So while all the haters on TikTok and everybody out there thinks Rico doesn't know what he's talking about, Rico doesn't know what he's doing, like they don't understand. The individual players and coaches and agents and talent are asking me, Rico, can you please make this content for me or can you please speak about this for me? And that's what has validated me. And that's what separates me from everybody else. So I'm not worried about the little fandom. I'm not worried about the little hater or troll who thinks I got it wrong. That doesn't matter. The individual player, like Dylan, what's his name? He's a safety for Missouri. Let me show you guys something. I want to prove something to you guys right now when you do this, okay? So when I go to TikTok and I go up here and I do hashtag and I do Missouri, I'm going to do hashtag Missouri and I'm going to do hashtag RicoKnows. And when you do this, and you guys can't see it because my thing's in the way, but look, right here, that second video. You see that video right there? It says RicoKnows, next up, Missouri safety, Dylan Carnell. Dylan Carnell. Now, I think I spelled his name wrong, but Dylan Carnell is a starting safety at Missouri. Right now, and Missouri's 7-1. And I made this video back in June in the summer. But if you click on the video, my bad, I clicked on my name. Let me go back. Click on the video.
Whenever I'm doing my podcast, people always ask me.
And I hit pause. But if you go look, you see up here on the top right, I'll show you guys. Right there, you see that @ symbol? I have tagged that young man in this video. That means he asked me to make this video about him. Now, I took it upon myself to say he's next up. He's going to have a breakout season. But this young man reached out to me and said, can you make a video on me? And now, when I made the video on him, at somewhere in the comments, he wrote thank you. Or he sent me a fist, or he did something. You get what I'm saying? And that's what you guys have to understand is I am doing this at the request of the players. You guys think I'm just making content in the clear blue sky. I'll give you another one. Let's go with Troy. Kamani Vidal is playing tonight, the nation's leading rusher. Kamani Vidal, 3-star running back. Everyone forgot about this 3-star running back. I made a video, and remember, content creation is me telling you guys a story. I told you a story about Kamani Vidal and where he played in high school. He won a state title playing with Eric Gilbert at Marietta. I know his story, but pay attention. When you click
I always
on the
get asked,
video,
Rico, is there a guy out?
when you click on the video, if you go read in the comments, over here, you see at Kamani Vidal, you deserve to shine, right? You see Terrence Edwards, right there is Terrence Edwards. That is the all-time leading receiver in Georgia high school history and Georgia University history. Robert Edwards' brother, Terrence Edwards. You see this stuff in here. And that's what you guys got to understand is these people are asking me to make this content about these players. So Kamani Vidal, his father follows the channel, and he reached out to me and said, can you make a video on my son? So I did. A lot of people don't understand what's happening with my page and the way I'm getting down. What I'm trying to tell you guys is I have sources. I have actual people talking to me, and that's what validates you. So when you guys go, well, how did you know you're the best? It's when the individual players went out to me and the coaches and said, hey, Rico, can you talk about this player and that player? Can you please give me your assessment on this player? That means they value your input and your assessment. It's not just me making videos out of the clear blue sky about players that I think about playing. Every single high school film review I do is by request within my DMs for somebody. So while you guys think I'm evaluating players and I'm discovering these players, no, what I'm doing is I'm getting messages, I'm going through them, I'm watching the film, and then I figure out a way to create content that'll make people want to see it. Like I watched the film the other day, and I go, man, this guy's got the biggest arms I've ever seen. He's got the longest arms I've ever seen. I thought that'll be a cool video. I'll make a video and talk about how long his arms are. He's got DJ Fluker arms. I could have said anything else, but that's content creation. But the reality is I didn't know who the kid was until somebody sent me a DM on it. So if you can understand that art form of content creation, I'm showing you guys, I'm peeling back the curtain a little bit, but I need you guys to understand what I do. You can't see the video, audio only. Yeah, I apologize. What just happened? Am I still sharing my screen? I'm not sharing my screen anymore? That went away? My bad. I thought all the Discord people could see it. That's on me. I accidentally took it away. Damn. Not on Discord. Oh, man, I wish you guys could have seen the videos. Oh, well, my bad. You still can't see me. I apologize, King Henry. I don't have it set up just right. I'm still learning how to stream it to Discord. But you can see the stream on YouTube. Apologize about that. So there you go. So that's how I realized that Evan G. I've always believed in myself. I've always known a lot about sports. I've always been an athlete. In high school, as a tri-sport athlete. After high school, I went to the Army. I've been in the Army for 20 years. But I was a sports writer for a newspaper. I've been really, really informed on sports my whole life. And I just have a different brain from other people. I'm very analytical, and I can retain a lot of information. Rico been listening to that Saza. Yay, a man with good taste. I got tons of taste. Chase Carver. Oh, you guys can see my stuff, man. Hey, I got to pay attention, man. You guys can see my search options. When I searched him up, nothing came up, but I appreciate you showing. Nothing came up? Yeah, it comes up. You gotta spell it right. Fontaine's 5 with a 5. LMAO Weddle. Yeah, my bad. Does Mike Schmidt ever not troll? No, that's his name. I'm not trolling, Andrew. DMV is known for... Yeah, there we go. Do you like Texas and Notre Dame to win? Seth Turner, today is an SEC and Sunbelt day. Please do not ask me questions about other conferences. Apologize. Missed that spread. Riley Garrett's out. All right, guys, the show's going to wrap up. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys. Hey, shout out to all the MVPs. Thank you guys for being a part of the family. And I hope all of you guys are checking your pin messages, getting everything figured out. Long Diong is the same dude I helped earlier, isn't it not? No. It's a different person? Okay, my bad. There's an MVP chat room where everybody can kick it in. There's other places to be. I just want you guys to know, check your Discord server every day. Check the right chats, the MVP level chats. Get the right props. Be great. Watch the Patreon videos. Can't wait to see you guys. And yes, next Saturday, coming up in Saturday, we'll be doing the MVP chat room. Only MVPs can be in there. And I will be talking to you guys and giving you the Saturday morning live stream at 9 a.m. And you guys will be able to see all the show. I'll also be recording at that time, and I will be able to post it on Patreon for the day. But I want you guys to remember, the lock list will only be on the chat, the MVP Weekly Predictions chat, text chat channel. You guys will figure it out. If you're not a Discord guru, you will be. You're part of the family, y'all. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for moving over to the server. Thank you for being a part of the team. I will have the live watch party starting at 7. I'm going to take about an hour break, spend some time with my fam, do what I do, eat some dinner, and then I'll see you guys then. All right, y'all? Hey, thanks for being here. Remember, your friends don't know, but Rico knows. I'm not going to play my outro song.